Hello, friends, and welcome to another round of my sports predictions. We're continuing with soccer games. We had the 4 out of 7 of the last round. For example, we had I don't know why it's doing this. But yeah, the first game that we had, Tottenham Newcastle. Newcastle gave the surprise. They won against Tottenham. They were very kind of equal teams, but I really thought that Tottenham could win. Anyways, the next up is Brighton against Arsenal. Now I told you that I was seeing a chance of a tie, or that Brighton could win. And indeed, Brighton tied the game with Arsenal, which is like one of the best on the top three currently of the England teams of the Premier League. So it was really amazing, guys. I mean, I bet you didn't really see this coming, because I mean, most of you really thought that Arsenal could win this game very easily. And I don't blame you guys, but look at this. Okay, the next game we had Roma against Lazio, and Lazio won. Lazio lost. Roma won. This one is a classic in Italy, so it was very interesting to watch. But yeah, Lazio won. Lazio lost. Fiorentina Napoli. Fiorentina lost. I was betting for Fiorentina, but yeah, after they lost against Bologna, it was really downhill from that match. Fiorentina was like undefeated before the match, but I don't know what happened. They lost again against Napoli. The next up we have.
Next game we have Casapia
against Famalicão. This is one of the Portuguese games. And what happened was a tie. I mean, these teams, especially from the Portugal and the Italian league, they really tend to tie. I mean, like a lot. It's hard to predict ties because it requires a lot of knowledge. I mean, I cannot share this with you, but it requires a lot of stuff.
We got the tie right.
But yeah, we got the tie right. There was also the chance for Casapia to win. They are one of the teams that, even though they are not really the best team in the Portuguese league, they are climbing up compared to previous records. So there was a chance for that. Famalicão is like the worst team so far. But yeah, they didn't even have the strength to get a win, so they only settled for a draw. Next up, we have Elche against Palmas, Spanish League. I told you that Elche was going to win, and indeed they did. And finally we have Lecce against Genoa, and this was a clean tie. I mean,
I didn't really see any
just clean tie. I didn't really see any of these teams winning. Absolutely no one else. I just see that maybe a tie, maybe slightly a chance for Lecce, but yeah, I didn't really see any one of these teams win, and that's what we got. We got a tie for this game. Now for this round, I have, I think, 6 games, 7 or 6. We'll be covering the first one is Pumas against Necaxa. This one is of the Mexican League. Now let's take a look at the stats very quickly.
So we have that Pumas
as usual. So we have that Pumas is facing Necaxa. Pumas has 3 wins and 2 losses.
Necaxa only has 2 wins.
Necaxa only has 2 wins, 2 ties, and 1 loss.
Technically, it's kind of
similar. It's kind of equal because they only have 1 loss. But this is only in the last 5 games, right?
My prediction is that.
Pumas can win this game. It's going to be a hard game. Necaxa is usually better than Pumas, at least historically. So there could be that chance, but I think that Pumas can win that game. Next up, we have Alaves against Girona, and this one is of the Spanish League, La Liga. We had
Girona is one of the best teams.
Girona is one of the best teams, but lately they are not really performing that well. You can see clearly that Girona has 4 losses. Technically, this could be considered a tie because they only won. They only lost after extra time, and then they lost against like a complete literal team. But Alaves is not really that good either. They have ties, 5 5
this way.
consecutive ties if you
One
see that
loss
this way.
after extra time.
One
So
loss after
yeah,
extra time. So
I don't see any
yeah,
one of these two teams.
I don't see any one of
I
these two
mean,
teams.
there could be a tie,
I mean, there could be a
but
tie,
my prediction is showing that
but my
Girona can
prediction
give
is
the
showing
surprise
that
and win
Girona
again.
can give the
I
surprise
mean,
and
it
win
could make
again.
sense
I
because
mean,
it's
it could
been
make sense
quite a lot of
because it's
games
been quite a
since
lot
they
of
last won.
games
But at
since
the
they
same
last
time,
won.
I wouldn't really be
But at the
surprised
same time,
if
I won't
it
really be
ends up in a
surprised
draw.
if it ends up in a
Regardless, I
draw.
think Girona has a chance to
Regardless,
win.
I think Girona
Next up,
has a
we
chance
have
to win.
Bologna
Now let's
against
take a look
Roma.
at the stats for this
This is
game
going to be a fun game.
and let's see what it shows. Okay, so clearly the better team is Roma historically, but in the last games, Bologna has been doing. I mean, they had the surprise against Fiorentina, like I told you. They won against Torino, which is a very easy matchup, in my opinion. And Verona, they lost. I mean, this is just a complete surprise. Roma is looking way better, but for some reason, I think that Bologna can give the upset and defeat Roma in this match. Next up, we have the German League, the Bundesliga. We have Hoffenheim against Wolfsburg. We have the chance of a tie and Wolfsburg winning. Let's take a look at the stats. Okay, so these two teams are kind of equal. In the last 5 games, they have 3 ties, 1 loss and 1 win for Hoffenheim. And Wolfsburg has 3 wins, 2 losses. So these are 2 consecutive losses. So they are not really in the best shape. At the same time, Hoffenheim doesn't really show much to win the game. I mean, they have been they tied against Dortmund, which is quite an achievement considering the balance of power between those teams. But yeah, because Hoffenheim has been tying a lot, and I don't see it with a lot of strength to win, it could either end up in a tie or Wolfsburg can win the game. Next up, we have again more of the German league. We have Augsburg against Stuttgart, and let's take a look at the stats. Okay, so Stuttgart is the better team, but at the same time they are not really playing that better. I mean, it can end up in a tie, in a draw, or it could end up with Stuttgart winning. But I'm actually leaning towards a draw right here because I don't see. I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Augsburg likes to tie the games when they're facing stronger opponents, so I bet that will be their match plan. But yeah, that's my prediction for that game. And let's take a look at the other one. We had the French Ligue. Wait, this is my French, right? So we have Reims against Nice. We have tie or Lille wins. I mean, is it Nice? Yeah. Why did I put? I think I was confused right there, but yeah, I think it could end up in a tie or Nice winning. Let's take a look at the stats. Okay, so we have that these two teams very similar, at least in the last 5 games. Only slightly better for Nice, which has 2 or 3 wins if you really count this as a win. For betting purposes, this is like a draw. At least this is how it works in soccer. But yeah, we have that Reims has 2 ties, 2 defeats, and 1 win. They couldn't even win against Saint Etienne, which is I think a lower team on the table, on the standings table. So for that reason, I think that it could be a tie or a defeat for Reims. It can be actually Nice winning the game, even though they are playing as the away team. So yeah, I think I will lean more heavily towards a tie right here because Reims really likes to tie some games, especially against teams like Nice. So we have the last game, the Belgian league. We have Anderlecht against Brugge, and we have that Anderlecht can win that game, at least according to my prediction. Let's take a look at the stats. So this one is a classic for the Belgian league. Very powerful teams among the top of the ladder. I mean, this is literally number 1 and number 2. I mean, it can get more close than that. It's going to be a very tight match. We have that Brugge looks way better. They have 4 wins, only one tie, and Anderlecht has 2 losses on 3 wins. But for some reason, I think Anderlecht can win this game, can give the upset, and can maintain. I think they are, yeah, like I told you, I think they are the 1 and the 2 spot in the table. I mean, actually, Genk is higher than them, so it's going to be quite an interesting match. Very, very equal, but yeah, Brooks is clearly superior, at least regarding this data. But yeah, regardless of that information, I think Anderlecht can win the game. And that's basically all I have for you guys. I have 6 or 7 games, I don't know, for soccer. I will continue doing soccer because American football is already kind of over. The season is over. Maybe I'll try doing more sports like baseball when the season starts, or basketball, or boxing, UFC fights. I'll see about that. But if you want me to cover some specific sports, just give me the suggestions in the comments and I'll read them. So yeah, I wish you a good day. I invite you all to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.